Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello, friends. Yeah, the on-air sign wasn't on, silly. Silly, the on-air sign was off, so of course you couldn't hear us talking or anything, right? Of course. Jake, your mouth twitches a little.
Listen, I'm nervous. I'm sorry.
It's just like...
I've not been in a talk show before. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's just so excited. He's like, oh, yeah, wait. Oh my god, I never noticed before. Jake, we have like the same eye color.
We do, actually, yeah.
I never noticed.
It's really close.
That's really close. Oh my god. That's cute. That's cute. But hello guys, how are you all doing tonight? It has been a little bit since I've been on Twitch, and also since I've done an honesty hour. I got my second shot, so you know, I was out of commission for a little while.
Yeah, took it easy. That's good.
Took it easy, yeah. Let me know if the volume is good on everything, if you can hear Jake and I well enough, if the music is good, everything like that. And I guess we should start off. So, hello everybody and welcome to Honesty Hour. This is a show all about talking to small creators like me about hardships we've experienced in our time on the internet. As like a small disclaimer, none of the topics we're going over today are facts, like objective fact. They're just our opinions, and we might have a different opinion than you do. They're just like personal experiences. So just letting you guys know, none of this is like, the end-all be-all content creation. Today's topics are all centered around slow growth and dedication to content creation, and joining me today, I have someone who just recently passed over 2,000 uploads on YouTube with over 8 years of creating content. My friend Jake, you wanna introduce yourself?
Sure. Yes, hello. I'm JakeofStorms. I am a storm deity. I stream lots of visual novels, lots of mystery solving, and really retro and niche games. And also, I host something called VWA. That's VTuber Wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah, the
That's about it.
VWA is pretty great, actually. It's like a whole wrestling ring that he set up, and he's got like tournaments and brackets and everything. It's cool. Very neat. But yeah, so that is Jake, and yeah, he's been at this for a long time, like actually almost 10 years.
Yeah. A long time. If you want me to be exact, I can do that. Hold on.
You have the exact date? Oh my gosh.
I have the exact date I started, and I have how long it's been.
Bro.
First video, June 3rd, 2012. Wow,
it actually has been almost 10 years. Jeez.
Yeah, and that was in fact 9 years ago, 4 months and 7 days.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna
there
hit
you go.
Your 10-year anniversaries next month. Let's go.
next year, yeah.
How's that feel?
Considering what we're talking about, could feel better. It could
feel better. Yeah, it could probably feel better. But how did you actually get started with content creation?
All right, this is gonna start out as a similar story, but it'll go its own way shortly. So, really, I kind of grew up on YouTube, like from when I was young, and had some previous accounts that I won't talk about, where you weren't actually allowed to have those because underage. Don't worry about that. That's fine.
Everybody has those.
An account that was fine. I was old enough.
Yeah.
I started out watching LPers, particularly Chugga Conroy, Tinu Capri-sun, people like them. Not exclusively though. I did watch a lot of like at the time they were the Creatures.
Yeah, I watched the Creatures too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like Uber Haxor Nova, SOH PKC, Seamus, some Gassy, Chilled Chaos, Z.
So many people.
All of
great
them.
Creators.
So I watched them, but really my inspiration was Chugga Conroy, because he started out, his first game was Earthbound.
That was
I wouldn't really say that's like, yeah, it was. First one, pretty good. Spawned a lot of people doing the same thing. I gotta say.
Yeah, sure did.
Kind of following it in that footsteps of like, an old Super Nintendo game. I wanted to be a Let's Player myself. So, I got like a cheap, headset, headphones with the you pull it down. It's it's okay quality. It's fine.
Okay for the time. God, that would suck now.
No USB, you plug it in. Does both. Yeah, it's it'll do you. So what I started with was I wanted to do like niche games, like games you hadn't really heard of. So I started with Time Hollow for the Nintendo DS.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Yeah, I mean that was the point. That was the point.
Yep.
It was like a time travel mystery, like kind of like visual novel that I just had discovered, going
that's
to the game
cool.
stores of the time. So I played through that. I just recorded it using some bygone era Bandicam.
Oh no, Bandicam.
Recorded that with Bandicam,
no.
and then
Oh god.
and then I would go on to play Hotel Dusk, which made by Kling, another Nintendo DS game. The original Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
All these niche titles, then, yeah.
All the niche titles.
Pretty much anything that you knew about, probably, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. At some point, really though, like throughout the years, like I'd finish a game, I'd start another game, finish a game, start another game, and that's all I did.
Yeah.
Being an introvert who doesn't have many friends. What else do I have?
No collabs or anything back in the old days of YouTube Let's Players.
Back in the original days, not really.
Yeah, collabs weren't really a thing then. I mean, every once in a while you'd get some collabs from like the Yogscast or something, but
yeah, but they're like set up as like a group.
Yeah, they made groups first, and then they.
In my experience, I made a friend or two, and that was the only two that ever were there. But as I went on doing Let's Plays, it moved from I want to do niche games to doing I haven't played this game in a while. Let's I don't remember that much about it. Maybe the big things, maybe some big things. It's kind of vague. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play that next because I want to replay it.
Well,
and
yeah.
it kind of turned into that.
After some point, I mean, you were doing it for almost 10 years. You probably got to the point where, like, you've played some games off camera years and years and years ago. Might as well pull them up.
Yeah, at some point I just I would mix in. At this point I was locked into series kind of because I had done Phoenix Wright early. I did Hotel Dusk early, so obviously on my list then goes the sequels, and I do the sequels.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, so you kind of got started with Let's Players on YouTube first. I mean, same basically. I watched same people really. I mean, I watched all the creatures too, but I watched the creatures. I watched the Yogscast. I watched Chugga Conroy, of course. Peanut Butter Gamer. Yep. All those older Let's Players that did like there was a lot of people who did Nintendo content. Honestly, that was my thing.
Yeah.
That's what got me into stuff. But yeah, I think everybody that ends up on YouTube kind of came from Let's Players in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption. Yeah.
Yeah. But so what did you kind of want out of being a content creator when you started up then?
What did I want? Well, I talked about what my aim was. It was, to highlight the niche games that I didn't feel like many people knew about.
Yeah.
But at some point, it just became, it became my hobby, my thing to do, my creative outlet to an extent. If you could call turning on a game and then talking over it that.
It's a creative outlet in a way. I mean, it's not a super it's not sitting
as
there
creative like as VTubing, I would say. But
yeah.
it was for the time. It was the outlet.
Yeah.
Of like, I get to play this old game that maybe isn't known about, and I get to replay it and experience it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what did I want out of it? I mean, small audience. Okay. Any audience, actually. Any audience was the goal. because I remember like second LP I did constantly it was like hey guys tell me what you thought tell me if it's
Oh
good or
no,
not.
and nobody said anything, huh?
Yeah, there is a passerby here or there, but they all fall off.
Yeah. Oh. I get that. I mean, I've done a couple of different YouTube channels in the past. I've tried to make
Yeah.
I had one with a friend of mine, and then I also had one that was on my own, and both of them they had much smaller audiences than I even have right now. So I feel it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you kind of wanted just like it sounds like you kind of just wanted people to kind of hang out with and show some cool games that you knew about and stuff.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah, that was about the point. Yeah.
Yeah. Jake, what was the game most ignored that you demand others pay attention to because they're missing a good thing?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a pretty good question. The most ignored game that you want people to know about.
The most ignored game. I mean, I'll tell you. Okay, I got two answers for that. I'll explain why. Both are quite well. The first one is questionable on if it's good or not because of how that was put over. Lux Pain for the DS. It is a very interesting, like visual novel mystery kind of thing where you're dealing with like trying to like get people's like thoughts and like it does like interesting things with the visuals and all that and stuff like that, but the story and the translation and the localization and the display of the game it wasn't
everything.
Really, not everything, but like,
it sounds like everything.
It wasn't everything.
Okay.
But the story behind it is good, but the execution, bringing it over, is a bit something.
All right.
A bit questionable.
That's
and the other
fair.
one is again interactive crime novel, because if you just search again, you're not gonna find it. Because that's just a word.
Man, yeah. There's a couple of games out there that are like that. It's just like, that is actually just a word that people use commonly right now. How the hell am I supposed to find that? Usually you just stick in like game afterwards or something, but even then.
And yes, again was of the like the other games I've mentioned, Hotel Dusk, the makers of that Kling, it was their last game, didn't sell well, but was interesting. Was an interesting game.
I think that's kind of the beauty sometimes about playing like more niche games. Like maybe they're not the best in the world, but it's kind of just fun to experience them.
The niche part of both of those are there's only like one other person who did it in English.
Oh
for,
my god.
For Lux Pain, and like it was the same thing of like nobody's played this on YouTube, so I guess I will.
So there's a couple of games that are very invisible that you've done before, I guess, huh? But so you kind of recently became a VTuber. Do you think that it's changed anything for you in terms of like your content or how much you enjoy your content or anything like that?
Yeah, it definitely has. It definitely has brought more viewers in that I would normally get, because well, I don't know how accurate this statement is going to be, but I'm gonna make it. I feel like going from the no webcam, no face to the content LPer to one of the millions VTubers brought me from one pool that's oversaturated to another one that is very, very quickly getting also saturated.
It's kind of funny because I think when you started out, you were still in one of the first waves of VTubers that came out for the EN community, and like it wasn't oversaturated then; it was fine, and then just everybody showed up.
And then everybody showed up to that, and now everybody's also showing up.
Everybody's there now, but I think that I could probably see it getting more viewership than doing the no cam stuff. I've heard before that there's sort of like a stigma against doing no cam content because adding expressiveness to content usually helps people identify with it better, and it can bring in a couple extra people.
Yeah, that's kind of the reason. Well, there's more of a reason. That doesn't really fit cleanly, but I can maybe get to that a little later. But big reason why, I made the shift from no cam LPing to the VTuber is because I have zero desire to show my face with a game.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a flesh streamer. I'm
a flesh streamer.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've heard that said before, and it is now just a part of my yes. I have no desire because putting it lightly, I'm not that high up on how I look. I mean, it's true.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I think that's one of the beauties of VTubing is just there's a lot of people who maybe don't want to put their identity out there or just aren't really as confident in their looks or stuff like that. And I think that VTubing really gives an outlet to those people while still keeping the no cam stuff kind of intact.
Yeah,
nice.
It gives me the outlet to, kind of be expressive. And in my case, kinda, really.
Jake became a waifu streamer. Yeah, look at this wife. Look at this beautiful wife.
No. Beautiful. That's pushing a little bit.
This beautiful wife. Somebody actually asked, do you find that your VTubing audience is different from your prior like no cam audience? And how are they different if they are?
About that, the no audience I had before to the very very like
small audience,
like the very very small audience I have now. Yeah, that's a difference that they're actually here to some extent. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Maybe we should skip ahead a little bit here and just talk about the fact that you've been doing this for a long time.
Yes,
a long time.
Going on 10 years, yes.
Going on 10 years, but you haven't really seen that much growth. You actually have, as far as I know, around 340 YouTube subscribers, and I don't know how many on Twitch. I haven't checked, actually.
Like 3 something?
I think it's about the same. I think they're very close. So yeah, he only has about an audience of 300-ish, 400-ish, over 10 years.
Yeah.
Has it ever been a little demoralizing?
I'll tell you. Well, at this point, I'm kind of numb. I'm kind of numb to it a little bit. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna. I guess I'll have more to talk about this in a bit because we're gonna have an actual question about that. But I've been doing this so long, so like getting getting views in like the 30s, seeing that is like, oh, that's good. And even getting like any at all is good for me. So like, I'll take it at this point. Like, will I lie and say I don't look around at my friends or anything like that and be like, man, that would be nice? Yeah, no, that would be a lie.
That is another thing that I kind of wanted to talk about. I mean, I know I've seen you get up to maybe around 10 people before, but I know that some closer friends like myself or Rilu or Lamp or stuff, we've gotten up to even 200 sometimes. Have you ever like looked around and just been sort of like, Man, like, how do you usually feel about it?
That's pretty much how I feel.
Just man.
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 I mean, at this point, I've come up with a reason for kind of why that is.
You've come up with your own reason for it?
Like, several reasons, actually.
Oh. What do you think?
A couple of things being, the games I'm actively playing are the same as what I started with, pretty much.
That's
true.
true.
Obscure games that nobody watches, that nobody cares about that much, or if they do care, I haven't found them.
Yet.
Really,
Yet.
I hope yet. The problem is, for me, is I keep saying yet. I had my thought, but it has.
Well,
okay, I got it back.
All right. Okay.
The games I'm playing, like visual novels. That's you're not really gonna. You're not gonna really come in at like episode 5 of that and start watching. So to stream that kind of thing, I don't really feel like that makes sense, because not many people are gonna jump into a ride that's actively like gotten going and things are happening and you have no context for.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that, but that's what I want to do, so that is what I'm doing. I know it would be better if I would just have like evergreen kind of content, like where you can jump in at any time. There's no really story. That story doesn't matter, and you're just here. Cool, great. But that's just not what I do.
That's
generally.
fair. I think there's actually one tip that I've heard about exactly that before. There's been kind of a shift in YouTube culture over the last 5-6 years or so, from doing episode-based content into just like, you don't actually put a number in the title or in the thumbnail, you just sort of write the title based off of what's kind of happening, and then you put the numbers in the description instead. So people don't see the number and go, oh, well, that's part 4. I don't want to start on part 4. They'll see it and they'll go, oh, yeah, that looks kind of interesting. Maybe I'll check in on that. And then if they're interested, they can see in the description which episode number it was, and they can go back and watch the others.
Yeah, that too. But the thing about that is that just if
seems ingenuine.
If I'm trying to watch from the beginning, I want to start at the beginning. I don't want to have to look in, and I feel like that's too much effort.
Well, true, but I mean, maybe one of your random episodes pops off somewhere in the middle of a series. It's good to be able to welcome anyone in at any point and be able to have them like, oh, here's the playlist if you want to actually see all of it, or stuff like that,
Yeah, that is true. That is an idea.
That's just one tip that I've heard about it, but I haven't actually, it's something that I do. I don't really do episode-based content either, but I think that's just because I don't like the way that numbers look in my thumbnails. So I don't really know what the difference would be.
Yeah, for me, I really feel like it's kind of a holdover.
That's
where,
fair.
Let's Play's very, this is the first one, and this is the next one, and this is the next part, and that's the next part, and then I kind of feel like why I still do it to an extent is I'm used to it, and that's how I, that's what I know,
Yeah, that kind of brings up, old YouTube is like a lot different than the newer... Like, all these newer trends are popping up all over the place. Like, things like the not adding your numbers into the thumbnails, or tagging things a lot differently. Clickbait is more accepted now.
Clickbait,
How do you feel like content creation has kind of, like, evolved since you've gotten into it?
I mean, we kind of covered it really already. It's, like, there's certain like naming schemes that are, get big just across everything.
Yeah,
Like,
somebody will name something like, oh god, the tip videos, 10 tips on blank or
tips.
whatever.
Yes, the 10 tips.
Ugh.
What I'm thinking about is because, I mentioned the people I used to watch, but people I have watched, as they come up, as they have come up in recent years, is like RT Game and like
Mm.
Call Me Kevin, like those two.
Yeah, I love
They're
those two.
they're a big opponent of like this, but we're doing this. Like City
Yeah.
Skylines, but there's a giant
Yeah.
volcano in the middle of it, kind of stuff.
I
Like that.
think that's a huge
and
thing.
really the big thing is like Minecraft, but
Minecraft, but
I let-
X.
But but I let 100 people out on it looks like
yeah.
America, and
Yep.
and then we go see what they made. That kind of that's a big shift in
Mhm.
like content, and also stuff like they are series, but you could come in on any one. Like
Yeah.
like the dream content kind of is the same example where like speedrunner versus hunter, where it doesn't matter which one it is, it's in the title, that's what we're doing.
Mhm. Yeah,
It's
I think
simple, you know what you're going in for.
I think there's been a
Stuff with,
huge
like-
shift in just like, oh, I'm making this challenge sort of thing, or oh, I'm inviting this many people to join in, which
Mhm.
also pushes like Discord servers because everybody wants to be involved in the next 100 people thing.
That's true.
And then there's also the stuff that's just sort of like it doesn't have an actual series to it. Yeah, I think that all is just so much bigger than it used to be.
Yeah, that is the thing nowadays. That's the meta.
That's the
just
meta.
in general.
I think it is a good shift though. I think that a lot of that stuff, it makes it more easy for new people to get into content. Like if they never really watched that much YouTube or anything, they can see, oh, I spent 100 days on this Minecraft island, this
Yeah.
abandoned Minecraft island or something. That's really easy for somebody to just watch and be like, oh, hey, I could watch more of that. I know my dad more recently got into watching some Minecraft videos like that because I was doing some Minecraft playing on servers and stuff, and he looked some stuff up and he was watching that sort of stuff. So I mean, it's nice for the newer people to YouTube to just like pop in, pop out. But it is a shift.
It is a shift, yes.
It is a big change. But yeah, kind of going back a little bit, in terms of friends and seeing their viewership and stuff like that, have you ever felt jealous about that sort of thing?
Jealous is the wrong word. For my friends, at least. For my friends, like you, like Rilu, like Lamp, I'm all happy for you all. Because I know you're doing great stuff, you work hard, all that stuff. The thing that kind of... The other people, like a lot of the... there's so many, like... Oh, like, look at this VTuber who is, like... got like 10K on Twitter, like wow, and I've never heard of you in my life.
Yeah.
Never heard of you. How did you get this big? I don't know.
So you kind of...
So I'll look at people I don't know and be like, I've never heard of you, but you are
large.
at this point like a million times larger than I have ever been.
Yeah.
And I'm like, How do you do? How does that happen? How have I not heard of you, but yet you are big?
So it's not necessarily a jealousy thing. It's more of just like how.
Yeah, for me it's a how. Yes.
That makes sense.
It is tell me your secrets. What are your secrets? How did you do this?
I think I've kind of felt similar things before. I mean, I know I've seen. There's actually this one account on YouTube recently who's been doing these like these Discord based kind of stories. He'll post something and be like, this girl wants to talk in a Discord server, and there's a weird twist at the end. It's strange.
Oh no,
but
not that meta.
Yep. But he got from like 1,000 subscribers to 4 million subscribers in the last 5 months.
Yeah. Not the story time meta. Let's not.
Not the story time. Well, it's not.
The story time meta.
It's less of a story time meta. It's more like a skit meta, but using Discord messages. It's like Discord skits.
Either or, honestly, because that is something that's not even related to like VTubing, gaming, or anything. That's just a general YouTube thing where like lots of people doing videos like, oh, this teacher disrespected this student, and you won't believe what happened next, kind of like the most clickbait thing, but it is working.
Yeah, it's working all right. Clickbait works. It's a thing. It works.
Why does it have to be a moral problem?
Yeah, but it's not even as much of a moral problem anymore. I feel like a lot of the different moral conundrums that did exist on older YouTube have kind of faded away. Like before, if a YouTuber before was like, I have a merch drop, or like, I have a sponsorship, God.
Those that's good. That's good change.
That's a good change, yeah.
That is good change. People, some people are, it's always going to happen. Mm-hmm. People are going to be like, oh, I got a sponsor today, or I got merch, or I got a plushie or something. You're always on the internet going to be get people like, oh, you're just a sellout. You're just in it for the money. It's always going to happen.
It's true. It will always happen, but it's a lot less common.
Less, yes.
Yeah. It's like, God, before, I feel like if there was any possibility that you had a sponsorship for your video, people would call you out so hard. You would be canceled so fast.
Yep. You're getting money for doing this? You're not doing this out of the passion for whatever you're making?
How dare you make money like that? What the hell? You can't just
sell out.
You can't just make money off of free YouTube videos. That's not right.
Putting your work and time into making videos for me to watch for free, and you're getting paid for it? Nah. No way.
Sponsored by Raid Shadow. I feel like Raid Shadow Legends sponsorships, they were like really hated.
They were
really hated, and now people are just like, oh, sweetie, I'm so proud of you. You got a Raid sponsorship. Listen, I'm not gonna do it, but good for you.
Yes, that is how I feel. But the thing is, now I guess is the cookie thing. People love the cookie thing.
Oh God, I don't even remember what it's called, but it's like cookie.
Cookie Kingdom.
Cookie Run.
Something. Cookie Run Kingdom. I think that's right. I don't know either.
I don't know.
All I know is you get cookies, and people are like, "Oh, look at this cookie." That's all I know.
I wonder if Cookie Run is why people got back into Cookie Clicker too.
I think Cookie Clicker is just its own thing.
I love Cookie Clicker, man. But so you haven't really felt jealous about that stuff before. You kind of just wondered why. That's interesting. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's a really common attitude that I've seen on Twitter and other social media outlets to look at around you, at friends or at kind of like colleagues. I guess other VTubers would kind of be like colleagues. Look at those people and feel like, how dare they, or like how could they be so far ahead of me? I don't understand what the hell.
Take my numbers.
How dare they take my number? Yeah, to feel like kind of angry about it, but it doesn't seem like you have the same kind of
Not really. I mean, I feel like it's clear by this point, but I've been at this for so long, so just any kind of like any numbers for me is something.
That's true. That's
like,
true.
You know, I know you and a certain lamp are into the numbers.
We are.
They're good or whether they're bad. And then I'm just here. You know, a lamp will talk to me about, oh, I need to do better. Like I'm not doing good enough, and I'm like, I don't get numbers. So, I mean, I think you're doing pretty good by my standards.
Yeah, I that's really interesting too because Lamp and I did an honesty hour before talking about
Yeah.
numbers and stuff like that. And I think both of us are at a weird point in content creation where we're like larger than the majority because the majority of streamers usually they'll be at like maybe 2 to 5 people, I think it is, watching their streams. But Lamp and I usually get 10 to 20 depending on the day, depending on the month, stuff like that. And yet we can feel pretty demoralized sometimes because it's like, wow, why don't we get the 40s and the 50s?
I mean, yeah, for me, like coming from either like maybe like a 2 to 5 really is the range generally for me. I'm looking at that. That's pretty good. You're getting consistent like 10 to 20.
Yeah.
That's solid. I'll take that.
With a regular viewer base of people who aren't just your friends. I mean, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
We should be really proud of it. And then sometimes it's like, but numbers.
But I do know where you guys are coming from though, because you kind of feel like you're stagnating.
Yeah.
Just at this, and you wanna everybody wants to get bigger. So.
Yeah.
We're like, what can I do to get bigger? And not so much being like, but I have this. That's the me. But I have this.
It's really nice to know that you're just like happy about what you can get sometimes though. I mean, like after so long, I don't know. I feel like I would be really discouraged.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say I don't ever get discouraged because we all do. But I just know that like if I'm gonna look at my friends and I'm gonna look at you put a lot of work into it. You're very professional, a model, great. Everything's great. Production quality's great. I look at Rilu. Rilu has the certain type of energy that I just do not have.
She does have that
values.
energy.
Has the crew that she's formed up, has that. And I look back to me and like compared to what I'm doing is I'm not the same as that. That's not me. I play different games. My assets could use some work.
That's a healthy way to look at stuff.
I have room to grow.
It's a healthy way to look at stuff. Also, please ignore Streamlabs. I forgot to turn that timer off. No redeems today. No redeems.
What, I can't have a hat? Come on.
No redeem. Ignore. Anyway, you the martini glass or the coffee cup in Millie's honesty hour. Excuse me? What? Actually, that's not a martini glass. It's a mic. It's just the inside of the mic part is the light died. So don't worry about it. It's fine.
It happens.
Sometimes you get some scuff in the office. It's fine. We'll get a new bulb in there eventually.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, no, I think that's a really healthy way of looking at stuff. Just being able to look at the people around you and like notice the differences between you and them, and not look at that in a jealous sort of way, but just sort of be like, oh yeah, I understand, I get it, I can see what it is that they're doing differently than I am, but I want to do it this way. I think that's a really good way of going about it.
I just have settled into the mentality of like, you hear it a lot, like you don't play this for the because it's popular, because it's it'll get you viewers. Play what you want to play. That's me. I'm playing what I want to play. If it does it get anybody? That doesn't matter to me.
I'm actually curious. Bringing up that sort of thing, have you ever looked into like tip and trick videos or guides or anything like that for how to gain more viewership, what you should or shouldn't do as a streamer, stuff like that?
This topic, okay. Things that I should do that I just don't get.
Yeah.
Listen, highlight videos, going into my own content and being like, oh, that was funny, and then cutting it out and putting it in a timeline, and then doing that for what
Hours.
am I at? Like, hours?
Days.
And putting it out
Weeks.
there and
Yeah.
hoping it goes somewhere? I should do that, but I don't.
Yeah.
I do not do that.
I mean, I can't even blame. Listen, I can't even blame people who don't want to do that stuff because it takes so much time and effort. Going back through, especially with how much you stream and how much content you actually have, going back through all of that content just to find the good parts. Oh,
I just can't be.
pain.
I know I should, but I don't. Is the thing.
Yeah. Somebody said, you do you, and if anyone likes it, that's awesome. Yeah, I think...
Exactly.
Yeah, that is really good for building a community. I think that if you do dip more into like pop culture things or stuff like that, and you don't necessarily, if you're not necessarily into that stuff, sometimes you can build a community that they're
just there for the thing that you don't like. And
yeah.
then what can you do?
You're gonna get to the point where you're one of those one game streamers, right? You're like the Genshin Impact guy or something, and
I mean, and something like Genshin though, I feel like that would be fine, but you gotta like Genshin.
You have to like it, yeah. Imagine if you're the Genshin Impact guy, and like 2 years from now, you're like, I'm bored. I don't really want to play this game anymore.
I don't want to play Genshin anymore. But all the people come for Genshin. And then maybe some will stay because if you're doing this straight, they're gonna grow to like you. I would hope. Hopefully. So some would stay, but there's gonna be a lot of drop off. I would think.
Yeah, kind of yeah. I think that that's one of the main worries that people have, honestly, with doing their own content as opposed to doing like pop culture stuff. If you do something pop culture, maybe you get an influx of like 40, 50 extra viewers sometimes. Oh, but are they there for you? No, they're there for the game that they're playing on the side. They just have you on their side monitor. If you stop playing that game, they're out.
Yeah, see you later. Goodbye. I'll find one of the million other people playing Genshin.
Yeah, but have you actually like followed through with any of the like tips and tricks or guides or anything like that for how to be a good content creator or how to get viewers or stuff like that?
I mean, just in general, there's a lot of things I know I should be doing. Like, I should make highlight videos. I should do that. I should, what's the number of on Twitter? Like 80-20?
Oh, the
like
30-70
like
or something, I think.
30-70.
Yeah.
The point being, talk a lot about whatever on Twitter and not just be a "Hey, I'm going live" posts, promo posts. That's not me. It is mostly promo and retweets. I need to stop that. But listen, I don't know what to share. I don't know what to share about me.
Yeah.
So, I just exist. I don't know.
I mean, to be freaking honest, I don't know what to do on Twitter either. I'm just like I'm gonna talk about how I woke up and thought it was Friday today. I don't know. Yeah. What am I doing on Twitter?
That's interesting because two of my friends this week have been like, Friday? That what? It's still Friday, right? And it's Saturday.
Yeah. No, Lampert.
Where did you go for a whole day?
Lampert and I both woke up yesterday and we were like, it's Friday, right? Nope.
I was like, where did you guys go?
I have no freaking clue. Listen, I feel like I also missed Wednesday and Thursday just in general, so...
Millie, you good? You okay?
No!
These the hidden after effects of the shot that we didn't know about?
Not okay. Not okay, man.
Oh.
Oh. I'm always busy. Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? To do the things like the 30-70 split, to do things like clip compilations, cover songs, art stuff for yourself, assets, overlays, like everything under the sun. To get all that stuff done, you're one person that's doing it. So, You lose a lot of time to spend with friends, with family, to do just other hobbies, all that stuff. So I don't even blame people who are like, I should do that, but
That's me. I like something else is I should make a TikTok,
yep,
but
TikTok.
I don't have anything to put on the TikTok, so
Yeah, because you would have to make clips to put on the
I
TikTok.
would have to make clips. But yes, exactly.
Yep.
And I am not well equipped enough to make a quick thing and put it up on TikTok where I say, hey, tell me good morning, or I'm gonna go blam blam. I don't have the technical ability to do that currently, so
Okay, but do you know what I did to do that though?
no.
You know how I made that? I put myself on a pink background and I wiggled myself around. I put myself off screen with a gun and then I pulled myself on screen at the right moment. That was all I did.
Well, that doesn't sound hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Don't really wanna.
It doesn't look like that. It looks like. It doesn't look like, oh, I went over here, then I'm over here. And then you go. Say the line. It doesn't look like that.
That's true.
So looking on the outside in, before you told me that, I would have thought like,
I did a bunch of editing magic. Yeah.
Editing magic, you can actually lean, where like I can't do that.
Well, I can lean. I do have the ability to lean a little. So
yes, I cannot lean. I can tilt my head and that's it.
That did help.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, a lot of, I think that's a really interesting thing in general. There's a lot of little tricks that people do on streams or in video editing or stuff like that that are actually super simple, but when you're looking at it, it's like, I have no clue how they possibly did that. There's no way I can.
Else, speaking of the things you could do on stream, even like your fancy zooms. Yes, your your zooms.
My zoomies.
I see you zooming over there, and I see you zooming over here, and I'm like, I can't talk.
I'm sorry, very distracting.
The key to your zoomies is, equipment that I do not have.
True.
Right now.
Yeah,
Also,
I use a Stream Deck.
You can just hit a button on your Stream Deck, and then you do a zoom, and you do a zoom the other way. I don't have the knowledge of how to do that.
Someone
but
asked.
Also, I don't have the equipment to do that.
Someone asked if your model limits you. I think that goes along the same sort of lines. Of equipment.
I didn't want to say that outright, but that honestly, that is where I am, because let's just be honest here. A guy in a hoodie with some bling. There's a million of those. There's a million of just an anime boy in a hoodie. So when I initially was like, hey, I'm gonna pick out some clothes for myself to wear, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I did that with the hey, VTubing's kind of a big thing. Maybe that'll help me grow a lot, and then I'll get it down the line.
Oh.
I didn't do the first part. So at this point, I am to the okay. This hasn't really worked the way I wanted it to. So let's go back to the drawing board a little bit and pick out some new clothes, some new styling, that kind of, and then maybe that will help me get the direction I want to go.
It's really hard because you can sit there like, oh, well, maybe this will work. Oh, maybe that'll work. But, it might not necessarily. It's really rough to try and figure out designs that go viral in a sense. Because I know some
Yeah.
designs people will look at and be like, whoa, look at that, it's a cat lamp, and it's just a hit instantly.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, there is really, and I'm really in the depths of this. Of there is simple and there is complicated and there is what do I want to be?
Yeah. No, I am also having a similar issue. I know that my outfit is like a lot more intricate than yours is. I'm not a girl in a hoodie, but
No.
I'm trying to find what design aspects I want most. Like already with my current design, I'm not a big fan of these sleeves. I'm just not really into them. I'm not
The small sleeves. You're not a
fan of the poof thing.
Oh yeah, I can see.
Yeah, not a huge fan of the poof thing. Not a huge fan of my current hairstyle. You know, that like parts, things like that. I'm also kind of in the depths of trying to figure out a good design to go with, and a lot of that is looking into other popular designs, be like, well, do I want anything like that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Millie modeled you, that'd lead to better success.
No question. Yes.
I've actually
100%.
I've offered before. I want to when I have some free time, give Jake some.
Don't have free time.
I know I don't have free time. I never have free time. Shut up. Listen, leave me alone. I'm doing my best out here.
No, really, you're doing great.
Someday, when I have free time, I want to give Jake a bunch of emotions because, like, I have a full gambit of different emotions that I can go through, and I think that sort of thing could also help him out a lot, just in trying to use it as a content source. Because being able to turn on different emotions at different points in gameplay can add a lot to. Could add a lot to the expressiveness of just kind of the vibe of your stream, I think.
Yes. That really that and something else that I've also been offered to be worked on by somebody else is both the expressiveness of like the emotions that gives you, because right now I can just go and that's it.
Wah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, I can. I'm not even using my toggles right now. I can still do like a frown.
Yes.
I can look.
Yeah, exactly.
I can do that. I can be.
The best models are the models where you don't even necessarily need the expressions. You can still just make them on your own.
Yeah, they're just an addition.
The model is good enough so you can just, do whatever, but I am not that way.
I think it's actually still pretty uncommon to have a model like mine that just has like expressiveness baked in like that.
I've only seen that one other place.
Yeah.
Another friend, Rilu. Rilu, who likes to use it often in like just VCs generally, just hi, I'm Rilu, just chilling as you are.
Yeah, well, I think part of that, like, Rilu probably requested that sort of thing because she's looked into so many different models and she's played around with so many different models that she probably...
I've had conversations with Rilu about that as well, yeah.
Yeah, she's probably got a really good idea of what exactly it is she would want out of a model. And I think that a lot of people don't even necessarily know what to look for when they're getting
I think
the models.
that is also a failing of mine, of where like, I thought I would get the model and then I would get another one down the line because it would go well.
Yeah,
I wasn't
that
like thinking like, hey, what do I want to put into this? I was like, hey, make me an anime boy. That's all. Thank you. That was all.
Is the model more important? No, the model isn't more important than the content. But in terms of VTuber streamers, I think that the model is a lot more important than people sometimes give it credit for, because it seems like, unlike with cam streamers, people are paying a lot more attention to the characters themselves than the gameplay. They're going in for the people, which is so strange, but cool.
Yeah.
But it does mean that it matters a little bit more than with a face cam streamer.
Yes. If you just wanted to watch gameplay, you would just go watch gameplay. is the thing.
Yeah.
You're here, for the character, for the design, for the personality. But like, really, if you have a good design, then that's interesting. That sets you apart. Right now, I don't feel like I have that.
That's
Because
fair.
again, hoodie boy, shirt, necklace, the bling. That's all.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those.
Having a good design and a good model and stuff like that can actually make it a bit easier just to get people's interest at first. I think people will look at the design first.
Yes. It'll get their foot in the door because they'll look at you and be like, "Oh, you're this. That's interesting. I'm gonna come see what your stream's like."
Get unnecessarily excited when I see a well-rigged model. Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Actually,
I get envy of like, I wish I had that.
Actually, my dad is in chat right now. One of the interesting things that I've found from him since I started VTubing is that he's very picky on models' expressibility and actually being like able to move around a lot and looking more realistic and maybe even more cartoony in a way. He hates Hololive and Niji-Sanji VTubers. Because he thinks that all of them are just like, they're pretty pictures, but they're mostly just pictures. They don't like move around as well as they could.
So your dad hates the big people, but he also hates me. That's what I heard. I'm kidding, but I do not have what he's looking for.
You do not have what he's looking for, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, I don't. Shame.
Shame. Does my dad have a favorite design? I think he hasn't seen enough people that have the expressibility that he's looking for. So he's pretty biased towards my model right now because I have like I'm able to express myself a lot cleaner than some people. He's looked around before. He's gone on Twitch on his own and like looked through the VTuber tag. And he's just like not impressed most of the time.
Has your dad seen Rilu though?
I don't know if he hasn't seen Rilu's current model, I don't think. He saw her last one.
The current model is something to look at.
The current model's good. I don't think he was interested in the last one. I don't think he was into it, but yeah. Yeah, you haven't seen the new one. It's brand new. Brand spanking new. But yeah. Yeah, he's really picky about the expressibility in models. He just like it's cool to see the pretty looking artwork, but it's a lot more important to see the VTubers actually moving around and looking more alive to him. Which makes sense, I think.
It makes sense.
I think that's my sort of take on it too. That's why I have so many expressions and why I work so hard on like stuff like this. And like and facial expressions in general. It's something that I care about a lot.
Yes, I feel like that's a good point. If we went back to December when I got the model, or actually it was November, but that's semantics. I would know to be like I want like I want it to be expressive. Like I'd have wants instead of just coming into it like that's just
Actually, someone said maybe your dad would like 3D models more. Actually, yes, he does. He thought that 2D models weren't as interesting at first because they just don't have the same ability to express emotions as 3D does. But I think I've gotten him to the point where he gets it. He gets it. Just gotta become better. Your eyebrows are something to watch. Hello, Runa. Also, hello, Nader Potatoes.
Yeah.
You can't hear me, but hello. Jake's same model with more advanced rigging. I think Jake's model could actually work really well with some more advanced rigging.
I was gonna mention that. Both you originally offered this like a while ago.
Yeah, a few
to
months
give
back.
me expressions, and most recently, the lamp. Who rigged
Lamp
his own
offered.
model. Yeah, he is offered to re-rig what I'm working with right now.
Oh, that could be a good practice for him too.
That's why he wanted it.
Yeah. That could be really
So,
interesting.
I mean, could we see improved as I am? Maybe.
Perhaps.
The only thing is, I had moved on before that happens. I don't know.
It depends because everybody's so busy.
Everybody is busy.
It's so busy. All right. So let's us get a little bit back on track though.
We went off.
We went off for a little while, but it's fine. All right. I would like to talk to you about multi-streaming. I know that you have been playing around with multi-streaming for a long time with Twitch and YouTube. And as somebody who's been working with it for a while now, do you think that it actually helps you out any versus just being on YouTube or anything?
All right. I'm gonna start that with a yes, but then I got a bone to pick.
Yes, but okay. Yeah, actually, I know the bone here. If you didn't know already, I had Randon on my last Honesty Hour, and we talked about this too, since we were talking about Twitch versus YouTube. And Randon and I both agreed that multi-streaming is bad and useless and get out of here. So, in comparison,
you pointed it out. I said, I quoted Randon. And was like, "Oh, it's really bad. I would never do it." Oof.
Oof. Yeah.
Ow, me.
Yeah.
For me, I completely understand both of the points you made. With that, is that like if you're going to do multi-streaming, you're gonna split your audience. I get that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't really have an audience.
Yep.
So there's no one to split. For me, it's just I am active in two places. If you're on this place, you can maybe see me over there. If you're over here, you can maybe see me over there. Right now, that is where I am.
I think that's actually why I wanted to talk about multi-streaming with you most, because it's such a difference between people who already have an audience and people who are still trying to work on building an audience. It actually is better for people who don't really have an audience to do both, because you're actively putting content on multiple platforms.
I'm getting seen on, on one side on Twitch is where you come for streams. That's what you're here for. You're here for streams. And I'm on YouTube, which you're not really here for streams. But it's there if you happen to stumble upon it, and then it's
huge
just gonna be
backlog.
over there. And then it goes in my backlog. Yes.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
Really, I've been thinking about it recently, especially when that moment happened in the last one.
Yeah.
Of originally, Millie, you encouraged me to go with multi-streaming.
I did. Yeah.
You did.
So in my current state, I think that multi-streaming is bad for me because I've already got an audience of almost 1.4K on YouTube now, and I have monetization turned on for YouTube and everything like that. So really, I shouldn't be on Twitch right now. I should be on YouTube. But I do it, for my own reasons, and I think that it's nice to do, like, specifically things that are kind of throwaway streams like Genshin Impact, and also stuff like Honesty Hour, which applies to both Twitch and YouTubers on both platforms. But yeah, I mean, for younger, not younger, but smaller, not younger, much older. For smaller channels, it's actually a lot better to do multi-streaming to both sites because of the extra boosted attention that you would get on both.
Yes, that's about where I am. And speaking of that, I got a phone to
Another
small
phone
to pick with you.
Oh no, okay.
In particular.
All right, what's up?
The other day, Millie, you sent a YouTube raid over to my Twitch, which I was confused by because I'm also on YouTube. Would you like to explain why you did that?
So, anyone who was there for that stream, can attest to this. I actually was sitting there like, should we go to YouTube? Should we go to his YouTube or his Twitch? He's live on both. He's always live on both. Which one should we go to? I ended up picking the Twitch. I picked your Twitch because Twitch has less latency.
What?
It's actually kind of frustrating to watch YouTube streams sometimes because God, the latency is a lot. So I set up to your Twitch.
It's not. I mean,
listen, they have to click a link to go through anyways. It's fine. Oh, hello! And look at that! Oh, Raid!
Yeah, speaking of.
Speaking of, hello, Raiders! Welcome in! Hello, Royal! Hello, welcome, everybody. This is Honesty Hour. This is a show talking to smaller creators about some of the hardships that we've experienced on the internet. And today, I am talking to JakeofStorms, somebody who has been creating content for, we checked actually, 9 years, 4 months. and 7 days. And we are talking about kind of the experience with that, how he feels about not really having huge growth in that time, dedication to it, stuff like that. So yeah, brought the loot. Shout out, yes. Mod got it. Thank you. But yeah.
And, back to what we were talking about. Multi-streaming, yes. I mean, I'm gonna. If you like to go with the next question, I'll let you do it. Otherwise, I'll just.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
He's got my list too.
I have your list. I do. What I mean, list. This is
list?
A natural flowing conversation. I know what you're talking about.
I have a list, but we go off script too. It's fine.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
So I'm working with multi-streaming as someone with not a big audience, either place, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Will I ever like pick just one platform once I do get an audience?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like yes. Which one that would be? Now that's the question.
I think it would depend on where you grow best, right?
That's true. I mean, in that case, Twitch, because though even though like as you talked about with Randon before, like YouTube probably hides people because you know they're being bad and not watching ads, so you don't get the count in the live streams, which is silly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, really, that's a conversation for when I do have an audience.
Yeah.
But will I pick one? Yeah, eventually, right?
Yeah. I think that's I think ideally people would usually want to settle on one basic content creation platform for themselves. I think that Twitch and YouTube are big ones, but like also people could settle even on TikTok if they just like TikTok best, or Twitter in some cases. People might just like Twitter best. They're gonna make monetization for Twitter soon, so
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think that it depends partially on where you're actually gaining the best audience, the style of content creation that you like the best, and also just like how you feel it.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. But yeah, I think multi-streaming for a small creator who hasn't really built as much of an audience yet is actually a good thing. So like in opposition to when I was talking to Randon, who is much larger than even I am at this point.
Yes. And is a dedicated YouTube
main, yeah. YouTube main.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for somebody who already has a dedicated audience, like myself, like Randon, it's best to just go for the one main platform that you kind of want to stick with most, because I mean, then you don't have to worry about splitting your audience up too much. There are some people that only watch me on Twitch or only watch me on YouTube, and that's kind of sad. I mean, I don't get to see the people from Twitch as much as the people from YouTube, because that's more of my main content place, you know?
Yeah, I feel like eventually I will settle into something like what you're doing, where some streams are on are on YouTube. Some streams are on Twitch. I'll probably settle into something like that, to be honest.
I think, Jorah mentions multi-screaming.
Multi-screaming, yes.
Multi-streaming can help you pick a platform based on growth. Yeah, there are different audiences that you can find on either platform, and multi-streaming can also just help you get a better gauge for both platforms at the same time and see what you like better. And it works.
That's true. That is true.
That's nice.
I have one person who is only on YouTube. They will not come over. They'll not come over to Twitch. That they just YouTube. That's all.
Yep. Yeah, I have a couple people like that are either only YouTube or only Twitch people, and I only get to see those people every once in a while. Oh. Oh. But yeah. Yeah, also, somebody said TikTok does also have streams. So you could stream on TikTok, technically. You have to get 1,000 people, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's nothing, though, in TikTok.
On TikTok, that is actually nothing, yeah. It's so easy to hit 1,000.
Right now, Millie, like 3?
4 something. I actually haven't checked my TikTok in a little while. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna open it up and check. I'm curious. Haven't looked. 4.6K.
I mean, that's that. There you go.
Yeah, actually, that is my biggest platform right now, is my TikTok, and it's also the one that I use the least.
Yep, because
editing hard. Oh my gosh, Tofu! Hello, Raiders! One small step for man, one giant raid from Tofu. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
That is a giant raid. Wait. For anybody who was in my chat already, yes, thank you, Kundra. Check out Tofu. Tofu is one of my group mates in Prism Virtual. And actually, do I have a full Tofu command? I think I do. I just got a Tofu command. Yes, I do. She's an isekai artist mouse girl. And you can also check her out on Twitter over there. But yes, hello everybody and welcome. This is Honesty Hour. It is a talk show where we kind of talk about some of the harder points of content creation that we experience as small creators. And currently with me, I have JakeofStorms, who has actually been creating content for 9 years, 4 months, 7 days. We checked.
Yep, we did check.
We checked. But he is a small creator. He's actually even a lot smaller than I am right now. And we're kind of talking about that experience and how it's felt and how he's dealt with it and stuff like that. Right now we are talking about multi-streaming, though we are probably about to swap topics over a little bit.
I would like to introduce a topic that is not you know.
Oh ho.
Speaking of your group mate Tofu that just raided. Groups are something that is interesting to me as someone kind of feels like I wouldn't really want to be in one. Personally, because I mean it's not a secret that I'm an introvert, and I've said privately that the only group I want to be in if it was people I already knew.
Yeah.
But I cannot doubt that groups could be a beneficial thing. It's just
yeah, I actually want to have a conversation about groups, VTuber groups, and also just things sort of like machinima was a thing for a while.
Machinima,
yeah, stuff like that. The what are they called? Multi-network sort of things.
Oh, MCNs.
Yeah. I want to talk about
the
groups.
Original way of monetizing.
Yep. I want to talk about groups. I want to talk about MCNs. I want to talk about all of that stuff in another Honesty Hour at some point. But just to give a little bit of that topic up, just yeah, I think that sometimes joining up with a group can actually be a really big boost to viewership, especially because, you know, if there's already dedicated group members or group viewers that come to all the other streams, they're probably going to check you out anyway. There's a couple of people off the top of my head, like Tracy and J-Rod, who have come to my streams before, which were already fans of the rest of Prism. And yeah, I think it did boost me a little bit, just joining up with the group. But I feel like if you're just trying to join up with a group to improve your numbership, it's
Yeah, that's not really the way.
it's not the way. I joined up with my group because I kind of wanted a more dedicated group of people to like get along with and talk to and play games with and stuff like that. Prism actually is pretty much my ideal group right now because, man, when I first joined up with Prism, they even spent a couple of days before they fully accepted me in, trying to like get to know me and talk to me a little bit, make sure that I was actually gonna interact well with people and that I wasn't like some weirdo.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. It made me really happy. It made me feel like I made the right decision with everybody. And everyone's so nice. We're all very introverted though, so
Yeah.
we're working on it.
I feel like I don't know this. It is your group after all, but most are artists.
Yes. Yeah, actually, the entire group basically has some sort of artistic outlet. Almost all of us do live 2D stuff. Almost all of us are illustrators. There's a couple of us who do graphic design. Blue and I, and possibly some other people, I'm not sure, do stuff like motion graphics and editing and stuff like that. So all of us we're a very creative focused group.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have like similar interests, similar creative pursuits, stuff like that in the group too. Yeah. But yeah, it's if you're just going for numbers, a group probably isn't the right thing to do. So I could totally get just wanting to, if you did join in a group, having it be just friends or something like that. That honestly is the way to go. And that's how I've always thought about it before joining my current one. So yeah.
But you found a group that would work for you. Right now, I'm just happy, doing my own thing and doing it with friends. Yeah. And
Existence.
also, I don't feel like I would bring anything right now, at least to a group like that. So
that's fair. So I would like to kind of push the discussion towards the reason why I actually pushed you forward and wanted to talk to you this week instead of talking to other people. I have noticed a huge amount of people recently on the Twitter and other creative or platforms like Reddit, Twitter, stuff like that, Discords even. I've noticed a huge amount of people recently in the VTuber community that are kind of burning out and being really discouraged with lower viewership and stuff like that recently, and they are kind of jumping ship even though they've only been around for 3, 4, sometimes even like a month or two. How do you feel about the people who kind of joined up even this year and are already thinking about quitting so soon, as somebody who's been doing it for so long?
I mean, for me, given I've been on YouTube making content for like 9 years.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like it is like, for me, I don't think I would ever like stop like full time. Well, I wouldn't like stop completely. Like, would I slow down? Would like it be scarce? Yes. Like, I'd probably be like hiatus if anything. I wouldn't. I can't see myself just up and say, okay, I have no more desire to do this ever again. I'm graduating. Goodbye. See you. Never.
I'm out of here, folks.
I just don't feel like that's me. Because it's been a hobby that I've had in one form or another for 9 years. That's not something that I personally am just gonna drop.
Yeah.
But I can see it where all these people come into it. It's the big thing. It's the cool new thing, streaming. But with I can be an anime person. Nice, cool, and I'll get viewers from that, and it'll go great. I feel like that's part of like the a lot of people get in like, oh, that's the new big thing. I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah. Actually, I was a little bit curious. Do you think that it was a similar sort of thing back when you started content creation with doing Let's Plays? Like that sort of, ooh, this is the new fad. I'm gonna jump in and do this. I'm gonna get so big. You think that was a similar thing to VTubing back then?
Yeah, I kind of feel that way. Yeah, because that was, we mentioned it earlier. That was kind of like the big, YouTube gaming content boom initially.
Yeah. Also, hello Raiders, welcome in. Hello Tara, Dino Raid, let's go. Content creation is a huge time/resource sink, and if you don't prepare for it, success rate is low. Yes, that is very true. I think that there is a lot of people who are jumping into VTubing specifically because it's like, wow, look at Hololive or VShojo or so on, who have popped up in the last year or so, and wow, they're making X amount of dollars. I want to do that.
Yeah. That is, I feel like that's definitely is the case. To look at the big people like, oh, I want that. I want money for playing video games or making art or just talking to random people on the internet. I can do that. And then they do it. And then they get here and they're like, all right, cool. And I mean, we're not gonna go into the whole like the debut culture thing that's been covered on a previous. But I feel like part of that isn't really helping either. Like where you set up for a debut, everybody shows up, and then they all go away.
Yeah. Well,
I don't feel like that has been helping people throughout the year as they become a VTuber, big hype, and then the hype just is gone.
There's that, and then there's also the other side of debut culture where people might see a really big debut and be like, wow, I need to up my production value. I need to get this asset and that asset and that asset. And then suddenly, like, months down the line, they're sitting there like their stuff isn't done yet and their stream numbers are still so low and they don't think they can live up to the same quality level as some people. I could see that being rough on people too.
If anything, that like we talked earlier about like does everybody's around you big growth like make you feel bad? What makes me feel bad is everybody else has such better production values than I do, and I just don't. I just come on here and I stream a game and then that's it.
That is very fair.
That is the thing that I look and I'm like, man, I wish I could do X. I wish I could do Zoom, or I wish I could,
Actually, if anybody in the stream right now, or I mean even you too, Jake, if you are something like a PNG tuber, or you feel like your production value is a little bit low with OBS specifically, you're not really a graphics maker, you don't really, you don't make your own models or stuff like that, go check out Wafo Bafo. Let me get the Twitter link for them real quick, because they have put out a whole bunch of really good tutorials for OBS and creating special OBS content, like doing even cooler zoom-ins than I currently do, or doing like camera flips, or like making pictures on the screen spin in circles at different speeds. Like, man, they're great. They do a lot of cool stuff, so definitely check them out if you kind of want some hints on doing some special things just in OBS itself. Very worth it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Waffles promoting waffles. Listen, it's not waffles, it's waffle. Waffle baffle. Okay, listen. It's not the same.
And but to go back to what we were talking about when people, show up and now they're, leaving, quitting. Part of it also, given the previous, big global event that has happened to everybody, I feel like that is also a factor as well, where people have tons of free time because, either you work from home or maybe in some cases you're not working, so you have
Yeah.
you have time to film, and you're like, oh, I'll stream whenever. And now
Yeah.
we're kind of getting to the point where like
It's ending.
not
Well, not
it's
even
not
ending.
better, but
It's
we are going back to normal, whether it is better or not. It's kind of where we are, honestly.
Yeah.
So people going back to offices and their workplaces
Work
and
and
stuff
school
like
and
that.
stuff. Yeah, it's interesting though. There was actually a census done for with some of the VTuber community. I actually didn't see the census before it ended, but there was a census done on Twitter, and there was one question in particular that was like, "Hey, are you going to have to tone down on your content creation soon, or are you gonna have to quit or anything like that because of school or work coming back in session?" And shockingly, 70% said no. So that might not be as big of a factor as it feels like it is. People are saying it, but it might just be other stuff.
It might be, hey, I'm going back to work, but that's the loud part. But the quiet part is, I'm also not getting the traction I want. I'm just gonna, my job's returning, so I don't have time anymore. But,
I'm just
gonna sunset.
time.
Goodbye. Yeah, nice. Thanks for the memories. Goodbye.
I don't have time. I gotta. Oh no! I gotta go.
You gotta go. See you later. Bye.
Sorry. Anyway, yeah, see you guys. Exactly. But I was a little bit curious. Do you think that there was a point where you were kind of in a similar mindset as those people in your content creation journey? Was there a point like a year or so in where you were like, wow, I'm not getting any YouTube subscribers. I don't know about this. Was there a point that you thought that?
A point where I thought that and was gonna stop. Not really, because, like, as I said, like, I started out doing niche stuff where, like, there's not many people gonna come to see that. At some point, like, I just came to the fact that I'm doing this. This is fun for me, and I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah,
I was gonna keep doing it to play games and just talk over them, because that's what I enjoy doing. That's the hobby, whether it gets people or whether it doesn't. But I will say, there have been like 2 big significant gaps where I stopped doing anything. Though, granted, both of those were because life showed up and was like, "Hey, you got other things to worry about,
buddy,
besides the hobby you're doing. Go talk to this real person for all the time."
For all the time.
Yes, for all the time.
No, that's fair. I'm sure there's gotta be a couple of points where that just happens. It just pops up.
Yeah, life pops up and you're like, all right, and you'll realize like, hey, I haven't made a video in a couple months. I should get back to that at some point. And then, at some point I come back.
At some point, it happens eventually. But has there ever been a point that a point where you did kind of consider quitting for any reason then?
That I can point out to you and say, during this time and this time, that was the point where I was just gonna stop because it didn't fulfill anymore. No, that is just, it's not happened for me. I don't think it will, honestly, because I like playing video games. I like rambling and making references that nobody but me gets. So, I just, it is fun for me. I like it, and I will continue to do it as much as I am able to.
Yeah, I think it's actually really interesting. There's one big difference that I think both you and I have, which is just that your entire mindset with content creation is focused around it being just a hobby that you have fun with, and it's something that, well, you don't know if it's gonna go anywhere or not, but you're vibing, you're having fun, you're doing your thing. I'm definitely one of the people who came into content creation with a goal in mind of trying to turn it into a job. So it's an interesting perspective swap for me to like just see somebody who's just like, oh yeah, no, it's fun. I don't think I'd quit at any point. Oh yeah, like I've gone hardcore. And I think about things with a very, like, I pick through things with a fine-tooth comb because I'm trying to get production value up, and I need to do this because I gotta get more TikTok clips up, or I have to do that because if I do a cover song, then maybe people would see that, and like I think about things in terms of not just what is most fun for me, but also what would be best for my content moving forward. And yeah, like upgrades. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, I think of it in terms of always going up and up and up and up and improving more and more and more. Not in terms of like, oh, my numbers have to go up, because you can't control numbers. You can never control numbers. That's not going to be a thing that you can.
That's not your choice.
Yeah.
It is, either you hit the thing when it was ready to be hit, or you do your thing and hoping it goes well.
Yeah. So, but I'm always focusing on like, how do I make it better? What's up with this? I sit there and I rewatch my streams and I'm like, okay, well, the voice quality needs to be a little bit different here, or the music needs to be a little bit different, or the mood isn't quite right here, or stuff like that. And it's interesting to just talk to somebody who's like, yeah, I mean, I could probably have better production value. I could probably do some clips at some point, but
Yeah, I shouldn't be that way.
But you're not trying to make it a job, so it's a lot. It's okay if you do that.
I want it to be a job.
That's true.
And I'll tell you, I started this with the thing of, I could. I mean, have I said this before? I don't know. Whatever. I'm saying it now. So I started this year being like, all right, I'm gonna get a VTuber mama. I'm gonna start streaming like I wanted to, and I'm gonna go at it for like a year, and not enter the workplace during the global world event. So
Same.
Now at the end of this year, I'm coming to this where, all right, haven't popped off really. It's been better than what it was before, but I have not really popped off. So now I'm at the point where, hey, workplace. I gotta do that at some
a
point.
workplace. Maybe
A
I should.
workplace. I gotta do that at some point, huh?
Yeah. No, I.
So that is where I am currently. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm at a similar place too. I mean, I started off and I popped off at first a little bit, and then I like numbers kind of not stagnated, but like they've gotten to a comfortable like rhythm, popping in every once in a while, a couple extra people come in or stuff like that. And yeah, it's not really I can't really make a living off of content creation as it is.
I've also had this talk before with based off one of your talks with Lamp, of where like we're still like at the bottom, even you all, and we really need to be like at the middle, where like you're a decent name in the community and all of the VTubers to even like have a go at being like, yes,
to even start being like, this is my
this.
job. Yeah.
So we're all trying to race to, at least to that middle point, and would love to get to the top, but that takes years.
Yeah.
Of
and
consistent being a VTuber, having a brand, all that.
Yeah, and the middle point also is it's not a sustainable job no matter what, because like maybe you got to that
really
point.
isn't. I'm gonna go in any specifics here, but with the recent amount of information that has come out, I feel like that is something that is hitting people a lot, where you have numbers you can look at being like, all right, this super big person makes that much.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like the dream is for like everybody is to be able to make a living. To be like, this is my job. This is the only thing I have to do. Make content, have fun, play video games, promote stuff, and the back end stuff that is also there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, for you that is the immediate goal. I feel like for me, that's the dream.
Yeah. No, it's a lot different between different people. Just seeing different perspectives of if it's more of a hobby, of if that's something that they can turn into a job full time, stuff like that. I mean, I'm working as if it was my job currently, but that's just because I don't have other work to fall back on right now. And I mean, like you were saying, it's about time to start taking a glance at jobs. It's probably about time for me to start taking a glance at jobs too. Just because it's good to have the monetization on the side, the like income.
Something you said before is even you like coming out of this, like even if you don't like pop off and get big like immediately, you in particular, Millie, are gaining or using this to get your skills up. Social media management.
Yeah.
Like the artistic, like kind of doing some low-key commission stuff where the transaction, I make this for you and I deliver it by a deadline. You're working these skills that you can take to real jobs.
Yeah. I think that's been my ideal.
I don't know if I'm really doing that.
Well, I mean, you're getting better at talking, right?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
No, I get that. I'm pushing a lot of skills at all times. Like I'm currently learning how to mix vocals for cover songs. I've been working on video editing for a while. I want to start working on actual motion graphics stuff sometime soon. I have created multiple live 2D models. I have one commission that I'm working on right now. Like
graphic design
for streams. I want to get into like merch stuff. I want to make stickers and
Millie merch.
Millie merch. Let's go. Yeah. No, I went into it at first wanting it to be a job, right? But I also have been aware this whole time that I could not make it. Because there's always, for the one person that you see that got 100,000 subscribers in 3 months, there's always like 50,000 people behind them that never even passed the 100 mark. So content creation's tough.
Yeah, I've been seeing lately, like, if you're a partner, you're in like the top something % of people on Twitch.
Oh, dude, no, even worse than that.
So many.
You have 10 viewers regularly on Twitch. You are in the top 2%.
Now that is insane.
That is insane, and yet that's the truth. That's just what it is. Oh man, but yeah. So I went into things at first like, I don't know if it'll actually be able to become a job, so I am going to make sure that at minimum, while I am working it like I am making full-time payment and everything, I'm going to work as hard as I possibly can to gain more skills and try and use those in the future to do something that I'm at least a little bit more passionate about than like working at Burger King.
Yeah.
Maybe not Burger King. That'd be nice. No Burger King.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Your mindset and technique is almost infallible. Aw, thank you. But Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people who got into VTubing at first that they were like, man, I could just be an anime girl and I could become popular immediately and I could get lots of money and
Yep.
get rich quick scheme. And
Yep,
it didn't work. And I think
not
those
like
are the
that.
people that are quitting right now.
Yeah, I feel like that as well.
Yeah.
Like, and this isn't even like, this is a whole different thing, but also a lot of I feel like some of that comes from like the very much like redesign, rebrand kind of consistent thing that is just among VTubers, where people, you come out, you start as hey, I'm I'm Jake the god, and then you're like, oh, that didn't really pop off, so I'm gonna go try something else.
Yeah.
How about I be
Yeah.
how about I be how about I be
Jake the rapper.
Jake the rapper boy. Yeah, that'll pop off, and then it doesn't, and then you're like, all right, that didn't pop off. I'm not feeling this creatively, so I've decided that I'm just gonna go be Jake the
dude.
the dude. Yes.
No, yeah, I think there's a lot of people who are hopping through rebrands like that, hoping that they just happen to catch on a design that helps them pop off and get them numbers. I don't know. Jake, Daddy of Storms.
I know.
All right.
There's already several of those.
Well, on that topic a little bit, do you think that there is anything like what do you actually think that it would take to become a more viral creator, to actually pop off like that? Do you think there's like some sort of formula to it, or do you think it's just random, or?
That's a good question. I feel like for the most part it is I mean, it's everything, honestly. It is who you know, what you do, what you look like, what's your brand. And like what it takes and how to get there are very, very different.
True.
Like, because you can't just, I mean, clearly I'm the prime example of this. You can't just keep throwing things at a wall and expect the wall to suddenly change.
Yeah.
Because if it would have done it by now. So, I mean, I feel like you need to be unique. Your approach needs to be unique, or you need to have something that will bring people to you specifically. Like,
makes sense.
Millie, for you, I feel like it is a combination of, like, the production value, the model, your personality, all that kind of stuff is where people, like, there's only one Millie. there's only this Millie, this alpaca girl over here that I'm gonna come back for. I feel like that everybody needs that kind of thing. Like, you can't, like, to name drop some big people for a second. You're not gonna find another Iron Mouse in exactly the way that Iron Mouse is. Or you're not gonna find another Nanners that is exactly as, Nanners,
There is only the one food-themed Millie and no others.
Oh, Millie.
Man. Man. Feels bad.
I may have picked a bad time to say it like that, but...
Oh! Only one Millie!
Oh. You're the only Millie to me, Millie.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, for a little bit of context, Niji Sanji Ian just came out with Millie Parfait in their new Gen 3 drop, so It's a little bit of a sore subject. Anyway, no, yeah, I think I agree. There's I don't think there ever is one thing that you can do to become popular, and I think that a lot of people are like, oh yeah, just do this and you'll get popular. Oh yeah, just do that and you'll get popular. And none of it is true. A lot of it is based on how you do this or that, or maybe somebody really likes your model and they share you and they have like a lot of followers and that helps you out. Or maybe anything could help you out. There's a million different things. And also, maybe none of them happen.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't.
Maybe it's just not. Maybe it's not the time. Maybe nobody's noticed. There's like a million different things.
There's a million things it could be. You know, maybe you're doing the right things, but you're just not giving it to the people who want to see it, and you gotta figure out how to do that. You gotta, like, not to shill myself too much. I won't do that.
Shill yourself. Do it.
Never. I refuse.
Shill yourself.
This is a conversation point.
Man.
For me, I feel like because I'm lacking. Because I'm lacking the because I'm lacking, like, you know, the model movement and like that stuff. So I just have personality to work off, and, you know, content that is, you know, niche and people don't really want to see is by, like, for me to briefly explain it. I mentioned I do VWA, which is basically, it is a wrestling show but with VTubers. I feel like that, well, there have been, and I might also still be around, things like that. I feel like it is such a rare thing to find, where, like, it is a show, it is a production that, like, you're not gonna find another show like this, but with all the people that are in it and are doing all the things, kind of thing. So I feel like right now, that kind of, like, I feel like that is where I'm gonna grow, if anything, because, you know, it is a niche thing, but it's something that is kind of generally known about a little bit. Like,
it's like your, like, I have Honesty Hour. That's like a thing that I do now that people can expect from me regularly, and it's a show. Yeah, I think that's it. It's a show. It's something that people can expect you to do consistently.
You can do it consistently. It kind of stands on its own.
It's good. It's unique. I'm glad that you have that.
It is unique. I feel like above everything, you need something unique. If you can have multiple things that are unique, then hey, there you go. That's how you do it.
Yeah, you need multiple things that are unique. You need a bunch of talents. Don't forget, you have to be able to sing, dance. You have to be able to dance.
You gotta be able to work those SEOs. You gotta be able to get the keywords in the right places. You gotta be able to get the you gotta do the promo that is still a promo.
Don't forget that you also have to be a professional voice actor. There's no
You have to be professional. There's no, listen, you can never scuff. Never
scuff. Any scuff, you're gone.
You're gone.
You're
People
ruined,
are gonna
kid.
Go find the next person.
You're ruined, kid. Get out of here. Oh, God. No, yeah, there's nothing that anyone can really pinpoint as the true key to success. But yeah, I think if you focus on the things that are unique to you, you'll be happiest too.
Yeah.
And
ultimately, I mean, I've cut you off. I'm sorry, but
silence. Sorry.
You gotta find the balance of, like, what works well and what you want to do. That is the thing.
Yeah. If you do something that's unique to you and you focus on your talents and your skills and stuff like that, you'll be happiest, and also you just might find other people who like the same stuff as you. And that's honestly the real dream. Honestly honestly the real dream there. All right. So, we are running on a bit long, but I did want to ask 2 questions that are a little more personal. The first of which is, do you enjoy creating content?
No, I hate it.
Wow. 9 years, 4 months, 7 days. What do we expect, boys? Ah, man.
I'm bitter now. No, I'm pretty sure it's clear at this point. I love this. I love doing this. If I could do this as a job, I would, and I want to do it as a job. But like, because really, regular streams, I'm getting to play games that I want to play, and even if I'm making like that is the fun part for me. And like when I do like a show like VWA, that's my creative outlet. That is where I can think of it in my mind and I can go, okay, now let's make that and produce it how I want and make the reveals happen like how I want them to.
Yeah, you could like sit there and be like, oh man, I want to make a VTuber wrestling association.
And then you do it.
And then you do it. Yeah. No, yeah.
I know we're running long, but there is something I have not mentioned yet, but I do want to get into for a sec.
Oh?
On that line. Didn't exactly, well, we kind of broached this, but I didn't go into depth in the background of it. Of, why I was attracted to becoming a VTuber necessarily.
Yeah.
So again, to go back for a second, I did Let's Plays for like 8 years until I became a VTuber, and then I stopped doing those. What really brought me in part to VTubing was by the end of me doing Let's Plays, I had started incorporating like story elements into my Let's Plays a little bit. Are you familiar with the ARG, the concept of unfiction kind of thing? Yeah. So by the end there, it really started with me wanting a reason to switch the game platform I was playing on to another one.
Huh. Okay.
Because I was playing in particular Apollo Justice on the DS. But it wasn't running well enough to where it bothered me, like it would stutter because
Right.
So I was like,
DS.
Okay, because DS.
Yeah.
And computers, I was like, okay, I could do the port to 3DS, but it would be weird if I just, I end one episode in DS land and then I go straight to 3DS land like nothing happened.
Maybe a little weird, yeah.
A little bit. So,
a tiny bit.
I came up with a reason that I didn't follow through on, but listen, it served its purpose. I made like a vague story of like, well, what was it even like? Oh, the experiment is going well, but it's taking him out of it. Like we gotta switch it. So
you made like a little RP story, kind of.
Yeah, like I made a little story just to put in front of the new one to explain why the platform changed.
That's really cute.
And I really enjoyed that. So I that was kind of the goal going forward, where I did. And thinking about it is a little cringy, but that's fine. That's what I wanted to do, so whatever. I then wanted to like Danganronpa, where like the thing of that is where like you're captured and made to play a game. So I was captured and made to play a game by the antagonist.
I see.
And it ended with I was like put into the program, and I was forced to record it and put it up on the internet. And it ended.
You role-played Let's Plays.
Yes, a little bit.
Oh god.
And it ended where I took a real camera and pointed it at my hands because I hadn't shown no face. And then I went over and I picked up an Ace Attorney badge to be like, hey, that's the next thing.
Oh my
That's the next thing I'm
god.
playing.
That's kind of great though. Actually, along a similar line, one of the content creators that I loved for the longest time and still love, still to this day, like the only content creator who I actually like joined up with his community and like was part of his Minecraft server and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
This guy named Gopher Gaming. He used to be a really big Skyrim modder. He always did these Let's Plays that had him really role-playing out his character. So like he would make a Fallout character and he would actually give them a name. He would give them a backstory. He would give them goals in life. He would give them like all this stuff. And he would play the game very specifically following along with what that character wanted. No matter if like he knew how what the outcome of something would be. He would do...
Yeah.
He would shoot somebody
He
if
would
he felt
act
like
as
the
that
character would. Yeah. I loved that sort of stuff, so I've always wanted to do something like that. I'm just trying, I don't know where I would put it, how I would do it yet.
Yeah.
I'll get there someday. But like, similar sort of thing, like role-playing out characters like that, I think that sort of stuff is just really fun.
Yeah, that before I started becoming a VTuber and discovered other things to do, that was where my passion was going. It was like, okay, how can I turn the next game I want to play into a story? Like, what's the story for that? Like I had, and really, even before I did the Apollo Justice thing, I've had an idea since like legit like high school. I'd written down in a notebook.
Oh my gosh.
Where I would do the exact thing where I'm forced to play a game. And I even got close before I became a VTuber to actually doing that. I may have had a friend record lines that I'm never gonna use. Sorry about that, by the way.
It happens.
It does happen. But the thing that drew me to VTubing is the idea was I can, because VTubers have lore.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
I'm this, and here's my dark backstory, and whatever.
Right.
So I can kind of, I can get my fill of, the creative, story background kind of stuff through that.
Yeah, from being, a character sort of thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the stuff, I wanted to do initially, but that has not happened, and probably won't happen at this point, was, I wanted to still do Let's Plays as if nothing had changed. So I was gonna be, the person in control now is, Jake, the Storm guy. But the original Jake, the guy who did the Let's Plays for like 7 years or something, he was just off in his own solo dimension, still doing Let's Plays like nothing ever happened.
Just on his own.
Yeah, that was the thing coming into it. But meh. I can't be asked. I could just stream. Why would I record it?
Honestly, I feel that on a deep level because I come up with so many freaking ideas constantly. Like some of them always get tossed to the wayside because I'm like, I can't be bothered.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just streaming the games that I would have been doing Let's Plays on. So.
Well, that's fine. As long as you're enjoying yourself and you're having fun and stuff. I think that's what's most important.
Okay, now that I've questions.
Now that you have tangented, the last thing that I wanted to ask you about was just if there was anything that you felt like you learned during your time as a content creator and wanted to pass on to other people, what do you think that would be?
I kind of joked about this before we went live, and even in my promoting of your tweet. Watch and learn? Question marks.
Yeah.
I mean, I can give advice, but is it worth passing on? Is it correct? I don't know, because if you look at me, and the whole point of this is like, hey, I haven't really gone anywhere that much, so. but really, I would take. I kind of want like a middle ground, personally, of
Mhm.
like I want your focus of doing like, you know, of the business side, like, oh, I'm getting all these skills and I'm working on these things that I could take elsewhere, but also my I just want to play games and have fun.
Mhm.
I feel like trying to find a middle ground for yourself, for me, for anyone would be a good thing.
Yeah,
Because
trying to find like an in between
if you're
between those two.
discouraged by your numbers not being where you want them, you might be tempted to go play Fortnite or something because that's the
Yep.
big thing. Even though you're not going to enjoy it, but again, you're gonna run into the problem of you're gonna build off of that. So it becomes a problem. I feel like the advice of do what you want to do is the best thing for, just in my opinion, to not burn out and
Mhm.
to keep doing this forever, is just do what you want to do. Sure, look, I mean, do what you can to make your numbers better, like highlights, stuff like that, the small things. But really really what it is, listen, this isn't going to be a job unless you get crazy big overnight.
You're
So
really
forget
lucky.
about that. Forget about that.
Yeah.
And just enjoy what you're doing. Make this the creative outlet that you want it to be. If you want to be a swordsman from space or whatever, you do that. You
Dude,
do
wait.
that. You enjoy that. You get the most out of that.
Katana Zero VTuber when? Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Man. No, I think that's probably the best takeaway you can have from it. I mean, realistically, right? In the end, you should probably be taking advice from the people that you want to emulate most. So if like you're looking at numbers advice or stuff like that, you would probably want to look to people with higher numbers, because otherwise you don't know that they could get there, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, Jake's perspective is important as somebody who didn't really get the growth that everybody dreams about as fast as people dream about, and is just somebody who is still doing it after so long, and the dedication put into it and the amount of time that he has been going on, and like it's honestly very impressive. 9 years, 4 months, 7 days.
Yep.
Very impressive. Also 2,029 uploads on YouTube. Though it looked like you deleted some.
Yes, some.
Yeah. But yeah, 2,029 uploads currently on YouTube. Like, this guy, if he is giving you advice to just, like, do what you love, that is going to be the main thing to keep you in it, I think, after this long. Like,
yeah. It is, find your outlet. Find what fulfills you creatively and do it. If you get the numbers along the way, hey, that's great.
Yeah,
But
like that's like honestly the best advice that you can have and give someone in your position is just like do what you want, exist in your sphere, don't think of it as a job, and just keep going. Just like make it your own.
enjoy it for yourself.
Jake's a good reason I find myself still doing it. He's still having fun after so long. Yeah, exactly. That's like
Exactly.
it's,
And
it's so cool.
Not to prattle on for longer, but that's always been the difference between yourself and me, Millie. Is I feel like now you get it where I'm coming from, but whenever you would talk about like business stuff, like I'm doing this because business, or I'm gonna stop doing this because business, like it never clicked with me because this is how I am.
To be fair, though I am very business focused in terms of streaming and like YouTube and stuff like that, I have always still had the perspective that I should be doing things that I enjoy. Just sometimes I'll like pick something to do just because, you know, I'm trying to test new things out and also follow trends. Like maybe I played Fall Guys for a little while. Sometimes I then realize it's not for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Or like horror games. People wanted me to play horror games really badly. I played some horror game.
Yeah, I'll pass.
It went really, really badly. If you try to make me play horror games again,
It went really
I'll tell
badly,
you no.
But it was funny.
Oh, Basma went, no, no, leave me alone.
Yo, Millie Phasma?
No, leave me alone, leave me alone. Man. Actually, the Waffle Council might make me play Alan Wake this month. That's like kind of semi.
I don't think it's that bad.
That's like spooky-ish at least. It's not horror, but spooky. Anyways, Alan Wake is fine. Listen, I was watching Ellie play Alan Wake earlier, and I saw eyeballs on TVs, and it seemed spooky. Depends on how much you want to clout chase. If numbers don't mean too much to you, you'll stick more to what you want to do, right? Kind of. I think it's kind of a funny thing. People talk about clout chasing a lot, and people who are like only interacting with certain people so that they can get their numbers and stuff. I don't think that clout chasing is nearly as big as people like think it is.
I would agree.
I feel like people call things clout chasing maybe partially because they're like jealous that certain people are getting that interaction, but also just because, I mean, some people don't have the guts to go up and talk to those people because they're like, I can't bother them. They're busy. I can't talk to that big YouTuber over there. They'll hate my guts. No, it's not really the case most of the time.
That's me, but with everybody.
And I mean, I don't have the guts to talk to people. Don't look at me. I don't have the guts. But I think that's a big thing that people consider to be clout chasing is just like somebody had the guts to go and talk to a person and they got to know them and they became friends and it gets some people upset because they don't know how talk. Feel like I need a reason, not just a hey what's up. Yeah, that's fair, but sometimes just doing like a hey what's up is okay. Okay, we've gone on for quite a while. I want to open it up to the chat for a little bit, just to see if you guys have any questions for Jake or myself with the topics that we have discussed today. And in the meantime, Jake, I just want to know, what did you think about having this talk? Like, have you had this sort of conversation with somebody before? Like about all of the time that you spent and put into this and everything?
This in depth? No, not really. I've not really had this kind of like, you know, it's all been in my mind of, you know.
You think about it.
I think about it because it's, you know, this is just me.
It's a thing. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think, I feel like, oh, man, I love doing honesty hours just because it's so nice to actually say the things that all of us just sit around and think about forever. What is your advice for a VTuber whose subject matter has zero audience? Well,
you mean me?
Well, Jake,
my advice to myself is keep doing it if you enjoy it.
Yeah, just have fun. Just do your thing. Honestly, if that's the stuff that you enjoy most, just do it. Just go for it. It's your creative outlet in the end.
Get what you want out of it.
Yeah.
If you want to do art and doing it on stream helps you, do it. If you want to play video games, go for it.
I think that wording is really important too. Get what you want out of it. Don't worry about what other people want out of it.
That's the state I'm in.
Yeah.
Is I'm getting what I want. Yeah. I'm getting the video games, I'm having the fun, and I'm having the creative part of it as well.
And the friends!
The friend. I
Friends!
forgot about the friends.
You forgot about the friends!
That's also the biggest thing that I've gained from
forgot.
YouTubing is all of the friends that I did not have before.
Forgot about us, man. I don't know if you already talked about it. What do you find fun about making content?
Just
doing your own thing, mostly.
Yeah. Doing my own thing, like having, like, kind of being able to share things. Yeah, really, yeah, to be able to share things and to play stuff.
Yeah, I think
Like,
that's most of it.
If I'm just playing a video game on my own, like, you know, it's just I'm gonna be really. It's because I have to focus on it. Like I can't. Like if I'm streaming, I can't also be playing a game and watching YouTube or you know, listening to music on stuff on the side. I can't do that. That's just not how I can't do that. You'll get murdered to death.
Fair.
But like if I'm streaming a game, whether you have an audience or not, you kind of have to act like you do. At least that's the best practice, you know, to not just never say anything.
Yeah. Talking to nobody is definitely a skill that you got to build up if you you want to do this sort of stuff.
I've done it for 9 years.
You are very good at talking to nobody. Listen, I pop in sometimes, and you're already talking to yourself, and you're going at it.
I do. I mean, and something else as well is finding someone, whether it's a friend or anything like that, will really help.
Yeah,
because I'll be honest, and I will name drop them right now. I would really feel worse about all of this if I didn't have my good friend and also Manji watching like most everything I do. If I didn't have Manji there, it would be a lot worse. I'd feel a lot worse.
Yeah.
But because I still have the one person here, you know, interacting, talking, to do it for, kind of, it really helps.
Yeah, Manji, let's go! Woo! What a bro! Yeah, no, I think that if you do make friends along the way, it's gonna make it a lot easier to just keep with it and like vibe in the community and not really worry about numbers as much, because you're mostly gonna be thinking about like just like having fun at some point. Let's see what else we got on here. Do you ever feel like you missed an opportunity, or do you not think of content creation that way?
Missed an opportunity
to have like a larger audience, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I'm on several minds of that question. Like, did I miss an opportunity with Let's Playing? Not really, because I was doing what I wanted to do. I mean, do I feel like at this point, like with VTubing, some of the stuff I do, like I've definitely missed like opportunities to promote myself with like.
Yeah, that's
but
fair.
Like, have I missed the time where I could fill the the void for something? No. If I did.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same place. I don't think I've missed any opportunity. Honestly, I mean, I'm still small. I'm growing a lot faster than Jake did. Yeah, I'm going a lot faster than Jake did. A lot faster than, honestly, the average of people. Because, I mean, I've been doing this for 8 months now. And I'm almost at 1.4K on YouTube. And that's, like, pretty good for 8 months of work. But I feel like even if I stopped right here, right now, and never gained a single extra person on any platform for like the rest of my life, I don't think I would have missed any opportunities, because I feel like it's just been such a good experience. I'm just so happy. Like, just doing it, so fun.
It is.
So cool. Looking back on the content you made when you just started 9 years ago, what are the biggest improvements you've made between then and now?
Mike.
Probably.
Mike. that's something else that probably needs to also be.
It's not bad. You could probably get by with some EQ.
Let me tell you. I got this mic when I was doing LP number 9, and that was back in 2014.
Sheesh.
So I've been same mic for about 7 years.
Sheesh. Yeah, actually, I started with a mic that I had already had for about 5-6 years too. So I feel that. Need to fill your coffee goal 1, 2. Yeah, Steve, do it. Get in there.
Filled.
Get in there. Fill that goal.
People.
Help that boy out. Yeah. So anything else that you feel like is a good improvement since then?
Well, I mean, like I do a lot of story-based content. When you approached me to do this week, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back and for old time's sake, let's have a view at what Jake from 9 years ago sounded like.
Oh man, you looked. Oh dear.
It's really bad. It was not.
So do you feel like you're better? You have a better presence now. Like you talk better and stuff.
Yes, I have a better presence. When I'm playing a story-based game, I will actually give some kind of voice to a character rather than just speak it out loud.
Yeah, I saw you and Lamp doing, was it Layton?
No, Great Ace Attorney.
Same thing. No, they're not. I mean, leave me alone.
You're not entirely wrong, honestly.
Same thing. Anyway. No, yeah, Great Ace Attorney. Or Great Ace. Oh my god, I can speak, I swear. Great Ace Attorney!
Yes.
Yeah, they were doing voices with those. I popped in on that. It was really cute.
That is everything that I do.
So cute, so cute. Well, almost everything. I feel like the first thing that I ever saw you doing was that one game where you were going around in some bar taking pictures of things.
Huh. Yeah, that was that's finished now. That was
I think that's the first thing I ever saw you doing. Alright, and then the one more question that I feel like is kind of an interesting one.
Yes.
How much time do you give to yourself to grow before you call it quits?
I mean, we kind of already covered this. Okay, I'll take it in this way. How much time have I given current me time to grow? 10 months.
10 months.
So now, where at this point, this is a secret, kind of, not really. I mean, I've told you and like friends, but I'm giving this Jake you see here, hoodie boy. I'm giving that. That's being sunsetted, and we're doing something different in a bit. Eventually, at some point.
So you basically gave yourself like a year of doing the same style of content before you were like, all right, time to move on, time to do something else at least, even if it's like along a similar vein.
Not content necessarily, but more like presentation is what I'm changing. Content is always gonna kind of be the same. I feel like I'm always gonna be doing visual novel, mystery games, puzzles, that kind of stuff. That's what I love. That's what I'm here to do.
Graded attorney, leave me alone. Oh, I can speak. Swear. Anyway, I feel like if you are trying to get into content creation, you should probably be doing it for different reasons than just trying to make it into a job. So
Yes.
it
Yes, you
depends on what your goal is with it. If your goal is just to have a creative outlet, I mean, do it up until the point where you feel like you just don't like that creative outlet as much anymore, or it's not along the same line of things that interest you anymore. If you are doing it to try and gain a skill. Keep doing it until that skill you feel like is at the right level, or until you feel like you just can't do it anymore. Until you feel like you're going crazy from trying to do art or something over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on what you're trying to get out of it. If you're trying to get growth out of it, I feel like you're doing it for the wrong reasons already.
Don't do that.
So
Don't come in here being like, I'm gonna grow to a Vsojo Hololive level in like 2 days.
If you are trying,
don't do that.
If you're only trying to get into this for money or to make it into a job, if you really want to do that and try and give yourself that opportunity, I would only go for a year at max. Because at that point you will know if you have an opportunity to turn into a job in the near future. And most of the time, the answer is going to be no. You're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
So you should just be doing it for yourself.
Yes.
But yeah, growth only matters if you need it. If you're letting your stream take away time from work and you can't afford bills, that's probably the only hard limit. Yep, pretty much. That's the only real hard limit is if you're completely unemployed and you're shoving yourself into content creation, you're hoping that you're gonna get to the point where you can live off of it and pay your bills and etc. If you're doing it, I would at max give it a year and then do something else because.
hey, Jake from 5 months ago. Don't do that.
Yeah, maybe that's a regret, if anything.
That's kind of a regret.
Yeah.
But listen, I mean, it wouldn't be like it is if I didn't take it this way, though.
That's fair.
So
I think it's still probably a good experience to have for you.
Yeah.
But
because I mean, no matter what, I'm coming out with this with so many more people that I know.
Oh yeah. It's friendship. Ooh.
Friends, yes.
All right, but yeah, I think that is basically all of the questions that we had from the chats, and I think we've gone over everything else. So I wanted to leave with a bit of a takeaway for everybody. So Jake's been at this for 9 years now, and I've been actually working with content creation off and on for the past 7 years or so. And I think that the main takeaway is that you just shouldn't be working on content creation as something that is going to be your main job in the future, or something that is going to be a get-rich-quick scheme or something like that. You should be going at it as, I just want to do this. I want to do it for me. I want it to be like my thing. I want to build skills. I want to make friends. Like, make some goal that is not tied to money or numbers, because you can't control how much money or viewership people are giving you. You can control how much of a skill you learn. You can control how much storytelling you do. You can control all of that stuff. You can't control people. So don't think about it in a way that's like, hey, I want to get 100,000 subscribers. Just think about it as, yeah, I want to do this because I have a bunch of really cool friends and I want to do collabs with them, and I want to play this game and I want to show people and I want to share things, and stuff like that.
Yes, do it for you. Don't do it for the fame, for the money, is the case.
Yeah.
Fulfill yourself before you try to fulfill the almighty algorithms.
Yeah, the algorithms are not your friends.
No.
For goals, think streaming an extra day this week. Yes. Yeah, things like that.
Yeah.
Think of your goals as like, oh, I want to stream an extra day this week. I want to improve my overlays. I want to add something new to my streams with OBS every week or something. I want to learn something. All that stuff.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I feel like really a lot of it is like, I want to make it to this number as a goal.
Mm-hmm.
your goals, I feel like, should be more, down to earth. Oh, I want to make this stream I do better, or I want to try this kind of stream, or you should be focusing on the small goals, not the goals that you can't control.
Yeah. Though, if you do want to try and turn something like streaming into a profession, always have goals. Don't go through things just like, yeah, I'm just gonna play some games. We'll see how it goes. Always have some sort of goal if you want to make it into like a professional thing.
So basically, don't be me.
No, that's not what I meant.
I know.
That's not what I meant. You have goals. You do. You have goals.
I do have goals.
God. Boy. Anyway, it's always good to be improving and innovating and moving forward. That's all I'm trying to say.
Move forward. Make your goals.
Yeah.
Realistically.
And for anybody who does not know, this is JakeofStorms. I have a collab link set up that has his Twitter, his YouTube, and his Twitch. Jake streams on both YouTube and Twitch every single time he streams, so you can follow him on your preferred platform and see him there if you would like to. You would like to enjoy his content. He does do a lot of niche games, so if you're into that, definitely check him out. Very niche.
Yeah, visual novels.
Visual novels. Ayo. Yeah, support Jakey. He does deserve it. He's been going at this for a long time, and I think he's just he's vibing, and you always know that he's having fun with whatever he's doing. He's doing it for himself. I think that's the best thing you can do.
If I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah. Jake is great. Yes. But yeah, so that I think is going to be just about it for today. So thank you for coming, everybody, and thank you for hanging out with us. This has also been a longer one. Not as long as the one I did with Randon, but man.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Nah, we have a lot to say about stuff. It's fine.
We do. Sorry, future Millie, who has to edit this.
It's okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay. I gave myself a couple days this time. I saw it coming ahead of time. But yes, thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out with us today.
Yeah.
And I hope you had a good time. Hope you had a good time.
I did. This was a lot of fun. It was very refreshing, I guess.
Yeah.
To talk about all this stuff, just plainly.
Yeah, I think I always want to talk about this stuff kind of openly because in a lot of cases people feel like it's a bit taboo to go into deeper thoughts on some content creation based stuff, or even like there's a lot of people who are like, oh, don't quit because you might make it big, or oh no, you don't leave because you'll make someone sad, or stuff like that. It's nice to just go over some of the harder parts of things, because a lot of people are really willing to be supportive, but maybe less willing to be realistic. So it is hard. It's hard, so
It is.
yeah. But yes, thank you, everybody. We're gonna head off now. I'm gonna go get myself some food. Food. Yes. Okay. Bye, guys. I'm sorry if my ending screen looks a little bit scuffed. Just don't mind. Bye.
Bye.